Martin Osner believes that there is an artist in everyone. The challenge, he says, lies in finding inspiration and, of course, self-belief.
I really believe that there is an artist in everyone, but I also do agree that creating art can be challenging. I mean, for me, it's just being able to find the inspiration. I mean, once the inspiration is there, then it's all about just getting started. And, you know, sometimes when you create a piece, it just feels so easy. And other times it can feel so difficult. But it's all about belief. I mean, if you think about Picasso himself, who said it took him 4 years to learn how to paint like Raphael, but a lifetime to paint like a child. And I think there's a child in all of us, and that's why I say I think there's an artist in everyone.
For his latest piece, Sophia, he wanted to create a painting without using a photograph as a reference. Instead, in this case, painting from the heart, he envisioned a sophisticated portrait depicting a shy woman with her back turned, revealing only her profile. He always wanted to pursue art, but his father discouraged it, fearing he would struggle to make a living as many artists unfortunately do.
You know, my father wasn't very happy with that idea. He said that I would struggle to make a living as an artist. And I mean, I had very supportive parents, and I think he was just looking out for my best interests. He just said that when you go into art, it's going to take you years to establish yourself as an artist. And I guess in that sense, he was right. And when I decided I was going to become a photographer, I asked my mom to break the news to him, and I was very surprised that he took it so well.
However, his father supported his photography, helping build his first darkroom and studio and financing some equipment. While his father accepted photography, he didn't embrace the idea of being an artist.
And after that, he became very supportive. I think just the fact that photography was more mechanical, the fact that there was lots of genres you could go into, and the fact that you had a whole lot of career options, I think all made a big difference. And he became my #1 supporter.
According to Osner, these two, photographer and artist, are the same. In his workflow, he embraces experimentation and sometimes starts with photography, finishes with mixed media, or begins with paint and finishes with a photographic workflow. However, the camera was not used in this portrait of Sophia. He began the painting by adding darker tones, working in blacks and greys to create structure. He then added color and shading to give the portrait depth until he was satisfied with the result. As an artist, he loves both abstract Impressionism and Expressionism. Standing back, he felt the portrait was working from an Impressionist point of view, but he felt it needed to be taken further.
So I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to combine abstract Impressionism with abstract Expressionism? So take these two genres and put them together. Almost take Sophia and put her behind a veil, if you will.
To achieve this, he would use Jackson Pollock's famous drip painting technique. Pollock was one of the founders of the abstract expressionist movement and believed Expressionism was more about how an artist felt while painting rather than being concerned about what was being painted. A few years back, inspired by Pollock's work, Osner painted a large artwork called Manic Monday for an exhibition.
I mean, this all started a few years ago when we opened our new gallery in Woodstock, and I was showcasing with Samantha, my daughter, and we were busy curating together. And the gallery had this incredible feature wall at the back of the space, and both of us were eyeing this wall, but the old man won eventually, and Sam said to me, if you promise that you create something big and bold and different.
He used text and an old cement structure as the background, and then applied paint as the final layer. The exhibition opened on Thursday, and he had to create the piece on Monday to have it ready for the show, hence the artwork's title. On that Manic Monday, he rolled out the canvas on the floor, worked from a ladder, and flung paint expressionistically. As Pollock advocated, he ensured the painting had no beginning or end, and added mystery by using incomplete sentences in the text.
And I think this is where my whole journey into abstract expressionism began.
So, standing before Sophia, he decided to add an expressionist veil, feeling that this would create more mystery.
It was about a year ago I was fortunate enough to be commissioned by a client of ours in the USA who wanted a similar artwork to the Jackson Pollock piece, but wanted it a little bit different. And I experimented with a whole lot of painting styles in the abstract expressionism type style. And I was very surprised because all of these smaller paintings actually ended up selling quite quickly. And I suppose at the end of the day, the proof of the pudding is indeed in the eating.
Before changing his mind, he kissed her goodbye, took her back into the studio, and continued painting. He kept the underlying colors subtle with thin beads of gray and aqua green, finishing with light gray. And voila! Sophia was complete, her shyness now protected behind a mesmerizing pattern.
Recently in my last two exhibitions, I've enjoyed painting large pieces. But Sophia, she's different. This portrait, I wanted to create something a lot more intimate.
According to Osner, creating art usually starts with an idea and develops from there. Osner advocates that this is the magic of art, the mystery of not knowing how the final piece will present itself until it finally does.
You know, it's all going to come back to inspiration, and inspiration can never be forced. I mean, inspiration arrives at your door, and it usually comes along uninvited, and it comes along with a challenge. But that's what I love about art, these special creative moments where not only artwork is created, but memories are created. Artwork and memories that will last a lifetime.